Oh, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So, interesting Parasha today, as they all are. You know, yesterday at work, I was listening to Ben Shapiro, and Ben he's an interesting, very intelligent guy, and he was actually talking about this particular Parsha, and pretty much gave the rabbinical understanding of it, which was interesting. But I wanted to focus on something a little bit different. Um, there's a lot of discussion over the deception. I look and again, of course, the parsha is the literal reading. I could sit here and read this entire portion. I don't know if everyone has read it. I would encourage you always to read it, but there's obviously a lot to be gleaned just from the literal reading. The drash, of course, tends more to the application of this reading to our daily lives. So I just wanted to touch on that. We are clearly living in some confused times. I was listening to Cindy talking about her mother, and it was only a couple months ago that my father was also dealing with these same things. Kidneys not working, a lot of confusion. When when our physical bodies are not working correctly, it obviously affects our brain, and it makes it difficult to have a clear understanding of things that are going on. When our spiritual body is not in good health, we clearly have the same issues. We have confusion, and I look around the world today, and I see an abundance of confusion. People not knowing who they are, what the truth of anything is. I mean, we certainly can't look to ABC and NBC to find out the truth of anything these days. Talking with people, you see the amount of bias and again anger that enters into any discussion, almost certainly any political discussion. But I've always been interested in this particular story, and I look at it and I see some parallels to our issues today. We often want to make things happen. Here, it's interesting, Rebecca, she hears Isaac telling Esau, hey, go out, get some game and prepare it for me that I might give you the blessing. Now, of course, Esau has already given up his birthright to Jacob for a bowl of soup. So, he didn't value that properly. But now he goes out to get the food. Rebecca sees the opportunity to get Jacob in there to get that blessing. Of course, God had already told her previously that that Jacob would be the one who carried on the blessing of Isaac. So, but Rebecca felt like she had to make that happen herself, I guess. And again, there's lots of different interpretations to this. I don't claim to have any greater insight, but what I do see is that the result of this is that Jacob winds up going up to Padan Aram, and he's up there for like 20 years. There's a definite break with his brother over this, and there are difficulties that arise. In the end, God's purposes are fulfilled because God's purposes will always be fulfilled. In reading this, I think of, the story of, a couple generations later when Joseph, is thrown in the pit by his brothers. Again, they're looking to achieve something, and it looked like the end for Joseph, and yet it wasn't. Previous to this, or no, not previous, I'm sorry. Further down the line, we have Moses when he realizes that he is a Hebrew and he wants to stand up for his people. He kills the Egyptian. He takes things into his own hands. He winds up having to go to Midian for 40 years. So my point and encouragement is that God has our current situation well in hand. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. Our ways are not his ways. The more that we are submitted to his work in us, the more we can see that and have more peace with the confusion and turmoil that's going on in our world. But we don't need to force it. When Cindy was talking, I thought it was right in line with what I was thinking with this drosh and Psalm, I believe it's 46:10, which is 46:11 in the Tree of Life version here. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. Adonai Zevaot is with us. The God of Jacob is our strong tower. Selah. This is all we have to do, is be still, know that he is God. I am sure that he will make it clear to every believer what we need to be doing. As I said when I was praying earlier, we just need to share the gospel. The gospel needs to be shared even more now than it ever has been. If I could, I don't even know that I can say that. It's always needed to be shared. The good news that this is a temporary sojourn in this earth, and that people need Yeshua HaMashiach. You need Jesus Christ, and the more that we share that, I believe the sooner that we will see second coming, and that's good news to all of us. Thank you.